Welcome to Life Unscripted, Adulting Uncovered, the podcast for anyone out here doing their best to grow, heal, and not totally lose it in the process. I'm your host, Brennan, and if you ever felt like the only adult still figuring it out, don't worry, you're not alone. This is the place for you. Let's stop pretending and start talking. Guys, welcome back to Life Unscripted, Adulting Uncovered. I am Brennan, and yes, I am still the host on this lovely podcast where we talk about all the things everybody should talk about, but sometimes they never do. But we are always focused on how to heal, grow, and live a life with real purpose and meaning. And today I want to talk about our inner voice. And it hit me the other day. I was thinking, that inner voice in my head is so freaking sneaky. The same one that pushes us to do more, to win, and to grow is the same one trying to crush our dreams and goals. The one that whispers, you're not ready, you're not enough, that everybody else knows what they're doing except you. The one that says, hey, you are failing as a parent. That voice, it sounds like the truth sometimes because it sounds familiar. But some days it's not guiding you. It's really just breaking you down. And we all have it. You know, sometimes it says, hey, you can do this. And then it backhands you with a, you're failing. It's funny because it's both your motivator and your saboteur. And if you don't tame it, it starts to own you. And, you know, this reminds me of a saying, a counselor that I knew, he used to say this all the time. He said, my mind would have killed my body a long time ago if it didn't need it for transport. And I thought, wow, that's so true. You know, if I would have listened to everything my mind says, I would be dead. You know, so how we talk to ourselves matters. Let me tell you something I learned the hard way. That inner critic, it isn't evil. It's just scared. It's really just a scared child version of you. It learned somewhere along the way that being perfect was safer than being seen, that being some version of you was better than being vulnerable and authentic, and that being right was far more important than you being real. But listen, you can't heal something that you keep obeying. So if you want peace, you have to start talking back. You have to start challenging that narrative that's in your head. And that's when I started asking myself, why? Why do I feel this way? What's going on in my life that's making me feel like I'm not enough, or I'm not ready, or I'm not right, or so on? Maybe it's a parent who only loved you when you achieved. Maybe it's a boss who made you believe that your worth was tied to your output. Or maybe it's some version of you that's literally just trying to survive the day, the week, or the month. Maybe it's some childhood trauma that simply isn't true anymore, but it just keeps showing up and you keep reliving it and keep replaying it over and over and over again. But you're not that person anymore. And you're allowed to outgrow your inner dialogue. And sometimes we have a tendency to get really comfortable with our situation, and that includes our mental radio station. But you're not broken for having this voice. You're human. And sometimes being human really sucks. Because being human doesn't come with a freaking map. There's no book on it. And every leader, every achiever, and everyone that's chasing growth has this same voice. And guess what? Spoiler alert, you'll never silence it completely. You will never, ever, ever silence that voice in your head. But you can master it, and you can own it. You have to turn down the volume and challenge it every time it speaks. Every single time, even if that's 20 times a day or 100 times a day. And over time, your challenges will decrease. 100 will turn to 75, 75 will be 50, 50 will be 20, 20 will be 10, and so on. So this week, I want you to pay attention to how you talk to yourself. Handle yourself with kindness, because you cannot build a life with meaning and purpose while your mind is at war with itself. Talk to yourself like someone you're responsible for healing, because guess what? You are. You are responsible for your own healing. So, I'm Brennan, and this is Life Unscripted, Adulting Uncovered. Remember, the voice in your head isn't your enemy. It just needs to learn a new language, one that's built on grace, not guilt. You're allowed to speak to yourself with love, and you are allowed to rewrite your story. So guys, keep showing up, even when that voice tells you not to. And remember, life is so much better when we stop pretending and we start talking. I will catch you next time. Take care.